Good evening guys, and welcome back to the Innovation Markets YouTube channel. I hope you're all well, had a great trading week last week and ready to get stuck into a new trading week. So this week's episode is slightly different than the past few episodes we've done with Trade Innovation, as you can see here, which is a weekly breakdown of Forex and crypto. We've done two of those for you guys so far. And we've also, Tori's done a crypto top-down analysis video on Bitcoin from just with a clean chart breaking down from top to bottom, so really giving some education there but really concentrating just on Bitcoin. Now today's episode is going to be my hot picks because sometimes I know you guys would like also a sort of a short video which just gets to a few pairs and the sort of hot picks for the week or for the next few days. And the reason we can do this is if you guys like it, please comment and let us know. If you like it, then we can do these a bit more regular as well. So things can change during the week, so what may play out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, then we could always do another hot pick during the week where we update on a select few pairs for you guys in the middle of the week for sort of Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So saying that, I'm going to get straight into it, and yeah, let's just get straight into the charts. So basically I'm going to quickly run over the top picks, guys, and as you can tell from the title and what I've mentioned on Twitter and Instagram, I'm also going to be showing you guys the trades that we took from last Tuesday. So on Tuesday we had a very good, did I mention it here? This is our IG page on Twitter. We didn't mention it today, but we showed you guys that we made 26% on Tuesday alone. So I want to show you guys that. I've had lots of messages on our Instagram and on our Twitter pages, and on Instagram we've had a lot of feedback when we showed the trades. I asked you guys if you wanted to see the breakdown of before and after. So at the end of this video, after I show you my hot picks, I'm going to show you the trades that we took, only risking 1% and reaching up to 26% and even more. And we actually banked 20% ourselves, but it was 26% that we reached in that day, and it actually went on to even more the next day, way above 30. So I'm going to show you that, and I'm also going to show you the sort of before and after with the actual live trading session. So the special thing about these trades, guys, about the 26% that we made, was not only was it given to the existing members of our community, but it was also given to them live. So what we mean by live is what you'll see in the video at the end, where basically we're sitting at our computer, we're trading live. You can see us, we're explaining the chart, we're giving you levels to take trades from, and we're taking them there and then with you, absolutely live, for full transparency. So we're taking trades live, and you'll see that shortly. So let's quickly get straight into the charts. I want to start off quickly. I'm going to quickly breeze through these because I said they're the hot picks. I'll show you what I'm thinking for certainly Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at the start of the week, and if we need to, we can always update. So here is the dollar index, the US dollar index. As you know, I always start off with this. Understand this chart, understand the US dollar, you can understand more than half of the market and what the market's going to do, because if you understand what the US dollar is going to do, you can understand what gold's going to do. If you understand what gold is going to do, you understand what USD Jpy and Japanese yen pairs are likely going to do, and the correlation between the whole market. And obviously all the major pairs, Euro USD, GBP USD, USD CAD, Aussie dollar, US dollar, what's the common denominator? The US dollar. So the US dollar is very important to understand. So here what we can see is with the US dollar, this is what I'm expecting at the start of the week. So we'll quickly go to the daily chart here just to give you a bit of an idea on a higher time frame. You may remember a couple of weeks ago, trade innovation number 1. We explained about price breaking this trend line, 0.1, 0.2. As long as it trades above this area here, we are still bullish. Now we had the breakout of this trend line. We're starting to try and push up at the moment. However, we drop down to the 4-hour time frame. I still think that the US dollar is going to have a bit of a sell-off this week before potentially any move higher overall. But if we just drop down to the 1-hour time frame, this is what I am looking at immediately on Monday / Tuesday. So the US dollar here, I'm expecting a slight bit of US dollar bullishness to push back into sort of this region here. We could potentially take out this high, but I think we may just push up into this region here. Then we're going to see a sell-off and come back down into this highlighted region as I've shown you here. Now if we just take the Fibonacci out, we can see this is the start of a new trend down here. We've come all the way up to this point here, which is a significant high, and we're now pulling back. We've pulled back to the 38% here, the 38.2% retracement region, but you can see here this wick. And what do we know from the trade innovations episodes that I've given out over the past 2 weeks? We know that price very rarely will hit a point once and move away. It will come back and test this area, especially this wick here is untested. Price is more than likely going to come in and fill in this wick and retest this. And we know that buying off of 38.2% Fibonacci retracement or support level is very, very weak. We really only want to be looking at buying from a 50 or 61.8%. So get rid of that. What you can see is what does price need to do before it moves down. It needs to come up and take out some liquidity to be able to get the move, the momentum to move down. So I think we're going to see price push back up into this region here, where then we're going to see a push back down. And as I said, then sort of try and form a 50 to 61% retracement level. We can see this support here. So I think we could even come down to sort of these regions down here. So that's what I'll be looking out for over the next coming, not even a few days. But remember, guys, with trading, this could all happen in one day, or it could take 3 or 4 days, or it could take a week. But this is what I'm looking out for immediately. So now that I understand that about the US dollar, I can go to the Euro US dollar. Now, just quickly with this chart, guys, my yellow arrows are new arrows. The green arrows are from last week, and this is what I'll do each week, so you can understand what we were looking at last week and where we're at now. Last week on Euro USD, I explained that I was expecting a push down, but the clever trade was a buy. So we saw a push down. I actually took an intraday trade on this, which I'll show you at the end of this video, an intraday short trade on this, and now then it was just waiting for the buy, waiting for the push back up. So we had this push down, but we saw an extended push down on the US dollar, extended bullishness on the US dollar. So where I was looking at potentially looking at buys from around here, we actually pushed down lower, and we could see that the selling pressure was coming in, which is why we took an intraday short trade from this level up here. Again, as I said, I'll show you that at the end of the video. I'll just quickly go to it now so you can just see this was the short trade that we took last week. But as I said, I'll come back to that at the end of the video. I'll just keep to the analysis of what we can expect going forward. So we had that push down. We're looking for the push back up, but can you notice anything from my chart? So here, especially if you've been watching the last couple of weeks, you might now start being able to pick up on these things. This was an area which I highlighted about 2 weeks ago, I think, on Trade Innovation 1. Now you can see here, if we just pull this area across, see how it's taken some time, but price did come down and take out this low. Remember, I was expecting price to come down and sort of tap into this region, take out that low before a move up. Now we finally have come down. We've come down, we've taken out this prior low over here. You can see if I just move that up, you can see we've taken out that low. We've taken out any stop losses, anything sitting below this level here. So now we drop down to the 1 hour, and what can I expect this week? To begin with, what I'm going to be expecting is Euro USD to push back down into sort of this region. I want to see this retested before looking at taking a long. So obviously things can change. If we do see continued selling pressure, we could push down here. As I said, with the US dollar, we might take out this high. We could potentially take out this high. But for now, I'm looking at the US dollar just pushing up into this level initially, and then looking for a sell-off. So Euro USD, I'm looking for price to push down, perhaps to take out this support here, or retest this support again. You can see this sort of area here can come down and be retested. If price comes down to test here and we find some support, then I'll be looking for long trades to look for a move back up. So then we'll be looking at selling the US dollar after an initial bit of US dollar strength to push this down. So you can see how that works, vice versa with the US dollar index. US dollar strength, then weakness. US dollar strength, push down, and then weakness, and then look for a push back up. If we find support here, guys, I do think that we could see a good push up here for Euro USD. We could come up long term, up back above 1.1832, take out this prior high and continue this move. High, 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 low, high, 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 low, high, high. But we're still on this high low here. Well, as long as we stay above this area, we can still see this push up and continue to make a new higher high, 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 and we could come up and make a new higher high here as well. Euro GBP, had loads of you coming back to me about this one. Well done to everybody that took this. We had some great trades of this over the past couple of weeks. Now, again, even if this is the first time watching one of our videos, or you've watched all the previous two, go back and watch last week's and even the first week's, and then look at how price has played out, and look at what I explained what a price would do. So if we look back, you can see here that price was at this level on Trade Innovation 1, called the push up here to this yellow highlighted region where we'd be looking for a short, and then price fell from that region. So we had a push right from the start of the market open all the way up, so about 100 pips. Then we had a push down all the way into this yellow highlighted region. Remember, I had this region highlighted here quite clearly. And then loads of you took the long from here, got a nice long trade up, pushed back down again, and then you took a nice trade back up again. So that was a nice 80 pips, and many of you then took it again from here. Now, why did you take it again? Because so many of you are actually learning from our previous videos, which is great to see. So you knew here, when I called the long on Trade Innovation 1 to come up here, you need to take a short from here. Why? Because we came up into my yellow highlighted region, and we took out the liquidation sitting above the prior highs over here, and that was a perfect area to take a short trade. So then bang, we went straight down, and we had great profit from there. Now, of course, when we came down here, lots of you took a long from here because Trade Innovation 2, we were just trading above here. Explain that we're going to push down here early in the week, and then we could look for longs. Then what happened? You can see here, just take away this. You can see we had this low here, significant low. What happened? Price came down into that liquidation zone, took out the prior lows, and then bang, made a nice move back up. So great analysis, great trading, and we've done really, really well from this pair over the past few weeks. Now, looking ahead to this week, I still see some more upside. I think we're going to see overall pound weakness this week, but we might see a little nudge up at the start of the week where we could potentially see Euro GBP push back down into this area where we could have a potential left shoulder here. If I just visually make that a bit more clearer for you guys, you can imagine this being a sort of a left shoulder. Then we have a sort of head here, and then if we just bring this over, you can see we could potentially have a right shoulder, and then we push up. So I'm looking for initial push down into this region. We can hold this as support, take out these prior lows here, prior low, come down into this area. Then we can push up, and I'll be looking for a push back up above this region here, 0.9120. After that, I do think that we can see a sell-off on Euro GBP, where pound strength will come back in. I'm expecting pound weakness, but we will see. Pound weakness could come all the way back up to here as well, and we could maybe go higher before we have the big drop on Euro GBP. So at the moment, I'm looking for longs. The clever traders are long, so I'll be looking for a pull back down, and then looking for a push back up into these regions, 0.9120 up to 0.9150 to 60. They're the interesting levels. We could break higher because if we push up here, we're going to take out these highs here. Big area for this price to push up to here. Once we push up, then I think we can see a big sell-off, but that's longer term. So start of the week, I'm looking for a potential nudge down, form a right shoulder, and then push off. Also took a really nice trade on this one last week, intraday trade, which I will show you guys again at the end. Gbp Usd, obviously an obvious one to analyze when we're looking at Euro GBP. So we need to see if the pound analysis matches up. And what I can see here, this is from last week. So again, expecting a push down first on pound and then to look for a buy. But then you can see that the pound sold off. Again, intraday took a really nice trade on this. Intraday on Tuesday, made 6% from this trade. In a few hours we pushed down, and now we can see that we're so close to this liquidation zone that I've had drawn on since Trade Innovation 1, Trade Innovation 2. We're so close to it that I would not feel confident in buying until we come down and test this area and potentially even take out this level here, which is 1.2805 or 1.280 even. I think price can come down into this zone before we see a push up. So I'll be looking for early sort of pound weakness. We might see a bit of fluctuation around here Monday, but I'll be looking for a push down. Could potentially be short trade, intraday shorts. I'm going to be looking for a push down into this region, where then I'll be looking for price to push back up and take out prior highs. This also lines up obviously with my Euro USD predictions because of the US dollar, and obviously the US dollar index there as well. So Euro USD and GBP USD, obviously there's confluences there and correlation between the two as well because of the US dollar pair. So this is what I'll be looking out for on GBP USD. Go to, what else have we got now? USD CAD. USD CAD, quickly, last week, called this quite nicely, very early in the week. We had this little range. We've been pushing down for a long time. Here, trade innovation number 2, explained to come up. Showed the short position with the risk reward tool to take from here. Loads of you getting that as well, so shout out to everybody who gets back to me and shows me their trades. And then from here, what did the price do? Again, took out the prior low. And then once it took out the prior low, that was the liquidation. That's what it needed to then be able to move up. Before a pair changes direction, 90–95% of the time, you'll see it take out the prior low or the prior high before making a move in the opposite direction. Took out the liquidation here and then started to move back up to the upside. At the moment, we're seeing good upside on USD CAD. I just kept this on just for you guys who have been watching the previous episodes. We can sort of take this all away now. I just wanted you guys to remember the charts. So each week, as you can update, you can actually learn. And so I'm not just cleaning my charts so you can't remember what you were looking at last week and just starting afresh. I leave everything on my chart so that when we start a new week, you can see where we were at or where we came from and how we arrived to where we are at now. So remember, that was that range that we were stuck in. You can see there, quite simple, broke out the range, retest, and then push up. Now at the moment, USD CAD, I'm looking for more upside. If this area can hold, we've got a slight area of support here. Let me get rid of this. We've got a slight area of support. Sitting here at the moment, but I'll be looking for price to push back down, and then we can look for potential long trades. At the moment, I'm not looking for a long trade just yet. I'll be looking for price to push down, maybe come to the 61.8% retracement level, and come down into sort of that region, and then be looking for a push back up. Or I'll be looking for a push back above this level here. So initially, price is going to sell off, come down, break this 1.3178, come down into this region. If we find support here, we need to find support here. Here would be where I'd only be interested in looking at buying this pair. At the moment, we need to break down a little bit more. We might see a little pop up slightly, but I still think that we're going to see a little sell off. We're going to come back down, retest this support, break off into this zone. And from here is the only place I'll be looking at buying USD CAD. Remember, we also have to look at oil with the correlation between oil and USD CAD. But I'll be looking at price coming down into that region first. And then once we come into there, can we look at price then pushing up higher? I do think that we can come up and take out this high here on USD CAD, where then this is longer sort of term, where I can then potentially look at seeing potentially look at a sell-off. But at the moment, I'm looking for a push down, a break of 1.3175 to break into sort of 1.3150, and from here, watch out for potential buy trades. Aussie dollar, US dollar. At the moment, I'm looking at this. This is just one to keep an eye out for at the moment. I think we're going to see a push down on Aussie dollar, US dollar, back into this area of support as I've shown you here. We are showing signs that we could see a bit of a push up from this area around here. I'm going to be watching. I think Monday could be a bit of a day where we might just see a bit of ranging in the market. But I'm going to be looking at buy opportunities from here on Aussie dollar to see a push up. Where then initially we're going to see a push down on USD CAD, so I can see a push up on Aussie dollar, and Aussie dollar could push up and take out, even come up and take out this prior high here as well. So yeah, what I'll be looking out for at the start of the week on USD CAD is seeing if there's a potential trade to push down into this zone. Like I said, we can update with these trades during the week. Now, last one requested last week. I asked you guys to leave in the comments. Leave a comment in for what trades you'd like me to cover also. But here is gold. Now, gold again from last week, was expecting gold to sell off and then to look for a buy, as you can see here. So if we had a rejection from this area, to look for a sell on gold. Gold pushed down, as explained. We saw that push down. Now then we're going to look for a buy. At the moment, looking at this, I don't think we're quite ready for a buy just yet. Obviously, we had that push down. The long trade was there. We can see from around this area. Once we had that push down, we've had a bit of consolidation, spike to the downside. Then we had a little bit of a push up. Not a trade I took myself. But what we can see here, what I'm expecting for the week ahead, is for price to actually push down and retest this area. I think this area here, you can see this level of support. Let me just mark out on this level of support. This is an area where I think price has to come back down and retest, potentially even lower, take out this low before making that move back up to the upside. So I'm looking for shorts on gold, and I'll be looking out for shorts. I'll be looking at opportunities to sell into this sort of region. So that's a bit quicker, guys. There's just 4 or 5 pairs that I've covered there quickly. As I said, I will update with our hot picks, and also Tori will be jumping on any updates and hot picks of the crypto markets as well. Now, quickly, what I'll do is I want to run over, because there's been so many of you asking about that that Tuesday that we've done, the Tuesday live session that we carried out with our current community members. So we basically had a live session, and we gave out many trades across different pairs, and we took trades live as well. And yeah, there was up to 26%. I'll just start off with Euro NZD. There was 26% profit reached on Tuesday alone. There were more if you held, but myself, total transparency, closed 20% out, 20% for the day. But the trades that we gave out reached 26% on Tuesday, the same day that we took the trade. But on the Wednesday and Thursday, a lot of those trades followed through to even go into even more profit. So I'm going to just run over these now. And what I'm also going to do is I'm going to open up this. Let's hope this works properly without any problems. There we go. I'm just going to open up this live, because it's very easy for people to say they've done this and done that. And I understand that saying that you made 26% in a day, especially showing the entries that I'm going to show, it's very easy to say that you've done something without actually proving it or showing it. So as I said, one of the special things, guys, about the intraday trades that we take, or the trades that we give to the community, is that we're going to be doing it live. Or we can do it live, and a lot of it will be live. So for instance, let me just start off with here. There's Euro NZD, which is a trade that we took. This is one that we actually all took together while sitting on the live. Let me just get this here, guys, just so you can see it. So I think even in the video you can hear my MT4 actually opening a trade or placing a trade. So we sat here, price came up. What you'll see is price with the intraday levels, these levels are given to you, so you don't have to take the trade manually. So I took it manually myself. That's why you could hear the MT4 noise, because I was actually on the live and I was a bit busy going through the analysis on many pairs. But the levels were given out to the community and given out prior. So basically what that means is you're basically given a level like this level here, 1.17722, which you can place on your broker so that it triggers the sell trade once price hits it. So we were trading around here early in the morning. Then while we're on the live, price crept up, hit our entry, and we had our stop loss in place. And then we just sit there and wait for the price to play out, or the trade to play out. Then we drop down, and you can see here on this trade reached a maximum of 4.3%. So let me just have a quick look at this. This was around 37 minutes. So this is our live, guys. Let me just show you. So there's me. Excuse the picture. And then you can see up in the top right corner, that's the live that we're doing. And this is me going over the various pairs on our live trading session. So Euro NZD, let me just quickly go to it. 37 minutes 50, I believe it is. Okay, here. So basically you can see Euro NZD here, guys. 15-minute chart. We're sitting here live, very calm, because we're very, very confident about our trades. And you can see here, to be given 2 levels here. 1.7721, as you can see here over on my left-hand screen on the chart now. And with the stop loss in place at 5 pips above here, so it was at 1.7753. So as you can see here, 1.17753, and that was a trade taken. And then the trade with slight profit, slight drawdown, literally went into 15 pips, which is more than often, but went into a little bit of drawdown, and then we went into 4% profit. So you can see risk here 1% max or 0.5%. I don't know if you just heard my MT4 terminal placing that trade there and then, but that was me telling our community to place 1%. So we only ever risk 1% per trade, guys. 1% max here, as you can see, we risk 1% to gain in this trade. We gained 4%. So that was one really nice trade. Another nice trade was US oil. US oil on my left hand side of the chart, as you can see here. Now, full transparency, I actually took profit from here on the push up, made 2.5%. Price came back down. So this level, price was trading here on Tuesday morning. We gave this level to the community. We gave this level to set your buy order, and we gave the stop loss. Price came down, triggered it, pushed up, made 2.5%, came back down. Those in our community, they know how confident they can be with these levels. Came back down, retested, break even, retested, break even, and then bang, we actually went up all the way up to 5%. But I did take actually, I didn't take profit here. I took some profit here because it was at the end of the day, I believe, or later in the day. That was the next day, I believe. But this was late on Tuesday. Sorry guys, I'm just getting a little bit. This was Tuesday. This was Wednesday, where it held. You can see even the next day, the levels that were given held strong. I took some profit around here, and the reason being is because I had trades on multiple different pairs, and I was 20% up for the day. So I could have held. I was confident to hold a trade, but this is something that we teach, is not to be greedy. Even if you have just one trade here and you're up 2.5%, if you're happy with 2.5%, you can take your 2.5% and be done for the day. That's a hell of a lot of profit in one day. And that's actually if you see this is the 1 hour chart, that was after being triggered 1, 2, 3, 4 hours, you've made 2.5%. But not only that, I also had, as I said, Euro NZD. So I was 4% up on that. I had 2% up on oil. So that was 6%. Then I had many other trades, which I'm going to show you now. So rather than hold it, I said, you know what, I'm happy with my profit. I'm going to close out 20% profit for the day. But as you can see here, it went on to 26, 30% even the next day. As you can see, what a trade. You can see the levels given here. Just reacted and continued to push up, continued to react off this level of support. Now, one thing that I'll just show you here as well, guys, is the beauty of the intraday levels is that you have very, very, very minimum drawdown. Now on Euro NZD, yes, there was 15 pips, not an awful lot, but here US oil, sorry, you can see here that we literally had from our buy order, we had 3 pip drawdown, which if you think about the spread, especially in oil, basically means that there is no drawdown because you have a 2 pip spread anyway. So once you get triggered, you're instant profits and you're in 2% profit within an hour. I'll just quickly show you where that is on the live. If we go to 21 minutes 50, I believe. Sorry guys, let me just get this. Yeah. So here, you can see here on my right hand side on the live US oil. So we're trading around $40, $40.14 on in the morning. We were trading up here, $40.14 around here. Explained to look for that pullback. On the 15-minute chart, so let me just quickly go back. So on the 15-minute chart, expecting to have that pullback into the buy level. Set your buy order at 39.87, as you can see here, 39.87, and then for the buy order. So here it literally hit it to the pip, 87. Look at that, that was even better than I said. So and then we went into profit. So there was the before on oil. As you can see, slightly as it is. So looking for that pullback buy level, and then the stop loss was at 39.55. As you can see here, 39.55 was here on US oil. So that was US oil, and I said I took 2% because I was in enough profit for the day at that time. Came back on the Wednesday, rejected that level again, and then bang, look at where it went up to. But the profit take on that one was just over 2%. So let me just clear this up a little bit more, guys. So that was, you can see here on my right was US oil. So we covered Euro NZD, we covered US oil. Now, one of my favorite trades actually was Euro GBP. Now, you know, from what I've just explained, and from Trade Innovation 1 and Trade Innovation 2, we were looking for a buy trade, a long trade on Euro GBP. Now, many of you took the long trade from here, and many of you took the long trade from here. Now, I also gave an intraday long opportunity into our community, and let me just go to my other chart so I can show the actual trade, which was here, and it was talk about great entries. This is one of my favorites. Even though it didn't give me the most profit, I just love the art of trading, and I love great entries. Many of you guys who've been following me for a long time know that I like sniper entries, and even though this wasn't the most profitable trade from all of them, I just loved how perfect this was and how accurate it was. So here you can see here we've got an entry, perfect entry here again. Literally, I'll just go down to the 15-minute chart. It's like zero drawdown. Price is coming down, hitting the level that we're given. So price broke up in the morning. I was actually looking to try and enter this trade. I'll give you a little bit more backstory on this trade. I was trying to enter this trade here on this candle, but we came back and we missed the pullback by about a pip, 2 pips. See how it didn't hit my level here? Just missed it. Then price pushed up, came back down and filled us in later in the day, and it entered, and then bang, 4 o'clock on the London close, Euro GBP, obviously London close, bit of movement on that pair. It's a London pair, Euro GBP, and then bang, we went up to and we hit nearly 4% there. I actually took just under, again, because it was the end of the day or late the next day, and in the morning the next day I knew that we had the London push in the morning. You see at the bottom of the chart, 8 o'clock. Everyone in my community will understand we always look for that fake move first thing in the London session. So I took my profit there. So it was a really nice trade there, 4%. Let's have a look at that, where that was on the live. Go to 15 minutes, 38. Well, yeah, I think it just popped up there. You can see it. Sorry, guys. It's a bit fiddly. But here, you can see we had the breakout, like I said, here. Waiting for that pullback. The level given, 90.39. And that is the level there, as you can see. 0.9039. And you can see there, we pulled back, bang. Stop loss, 0.9017. 0.9017 down there. So that's the trade. Bang, straight into 3%. Zero drawdown. That's the perfect thing that I'm talking about, guys. It's not just about the profit. It's about not having any stress, not having been in a trade and it going into a bit of a loss, not running in, looking at a trade that's in some drawdown, or you're in drawdown for a few hours or a day, literally hitting the levels, bang, and then we go into profit. So you can see the perfection there on that trade. So that gave us a nice nearly 4%, 3.5%. As we've already gone through Euro NZD, that gave us a nice over 4% there. Let me just clear this up, guys, and stretch this out. So 4% there. We had US oil, which gave us a 2%. So that Euro NZD 4, US oil 2, that gave us 6. We had Euro GBP, gave us nearly 4, which was just under 10. And then we got to the beautiful trades as well. So obviously, Euro GBP, what am I doing here? I'm selling the pound GBP. I'm buying euro against the pound, but effectively I'm selling GBP. So then what did I do? Jumped over to the pound. I was also selling pound across the board, and that's what gave us a lot of profit. So let me just go to pound US dollar. So this is the pound US dollar chart. Again, we were live. We were watching this. We were watching it hover around this price. Price broke down. Price broke down, retested, entered here, very tight stop loss, and yeah, 16 pip stop loss, and we ran into 6% profit. Now I'm going to be honest, I did not continue to hold. I'm not going to lie, guys. I'm not going to sit here and say, yeah, I held it down to the bottom and made 10% here, as you can see. I didn't. When I got to here, this was, if you look at the bottom, this was around 8, 9, 10 o'clock at the end of the day, where Again, everyone in my community knows I don't like to hold trades in between this session to the next day, really. If I'm in enough profit, I will hold trades. But I'm in a trade like this, I've made 6%. So this could easily pull back before looking for the next move down. But with this trade and so many other trades, I was in so much profit, I was happy for the day. So you can close out. You don't have to be greedy and keep pushing and looking for more. Be happy with what you can take out of the market. So here we've got to 8-9 o'clock PM in the UK. Coming into the Asian session where it gets really quiet and it consolidates. So I got out. Took 6%, so I was out of this trade back around this area. I did not get this extra move down, but I did get 6% there, which was perfect. And then Gbp Jpy was another one. It was the exact same time. If you look at the bottom of the screen here, 12 o'clock. If I go back to Gbp Usd, it was also 12 o'clock. If you can look at the bottom of the screen, 12 o'clock there. So both moves happened. They pulled back, 12 o'clock, got the entry, and then bang. With this one, I might even go down to the 5 minute. 8 minute, I've never used that before. Let's go, where's the 5 minute? Just so I can show you the actual entries and the drawdown. We have very little drawdown here. It's like 4 or 5 pips drawdown. So straight into profit, bang, lovely trade, 6% made in 5 hours. For anyone who was watching my Instagram, I updated it after 4 hours, I updated it after 5 hours. We made 6% there on that one trade in 5 hours. 6% is more than many people will make in a week or a month in the market. And then we go to, as I said, Gbp Jpy, exact same time, 12 o'clock. Had this bearish breakdown. I had a level on here that we were all looking at on the live. And then we pulled back, entered here, and then bang, we came down and started pushing down. And once again, I said, I'm not going to sit here and lie and say, yeah, I took every last pip and got 11% out of this. I didn't. I came out here. I made 6, nearly 7%. I said, you know what? I've had enough today. I've had 6. That is enough. You don't have to hold out all the time, guys. So the psychology in the market is very important, and being able to say, I've had enough today. I've made enough profit to last me a day, a week, or a month even. So I'm going to close my all trades out, and that's me happy for the day. Not trying to milk every last penny out the market, which often gets people caught. And I'm sure you guys know, where you're trying to hold a trade for too long, all of a sudden you can see a trade can come back up or come back towards break even. So we don't want any of that. So that was that. And one of the other beautiful ones was Euro USD. So if I just quickly go to my Euro USD chart, this was the trade. Let me go, what time? Actually, I didn't show the other ones. Let me quickly go and show you this one on live, which was 13:05. You can see here, again, trade setup. I was actually thinking about not taking this trade. Again, full transparency, guys. I was thinking about not taking this trade, and the community knew that on the live. I said it was a bit of a choppy one, because on the 15-minute chart, this was the level I had given. We had hit it once, we hit it twice. I hadn't taken it at that. But then where we had rejected it twice, I said, okay, well, I know that our intraday levels are very, very strong. So I set my sell order here, because if it rejected it a third time, I was happy to risk 1%, because if it broke through, I knew it would just break higher, and I could always take a long trade in the end and switch my bias. But if it was to reject this a third time, what was going to happen? Boom, we're going to have that big push down. So and that's exactly what we had. You can see here on the right hand side, the levels here that were given: 1.17928. Sorry, 1.1792. Sorry, 1.792. So it's actually down here, and that's the trade that we had. And then that was another. Sorry, guys. Sorry. But that was another beautiful trade. And I did hold this one a little bit longer. And that again was down to about another 5-6% again. So that was Tuesday, guys. I said you can see we actually could have made more if we held on longer, but I said if you make so much in a day, you don't need to hold out. We can see here that reached 8% all in all. You can see that Euro GBP pushed up and hit like nearly 4%. Gbp USD, this is all risking 1%, guys. 1%. This could have pushed out a lot lower. I mean, we closed out. We reached 26% on the Tuesday. I closed out 20%, but there was potential for this to go up. This actually reached over 30% in one day, from 1% risk per trade. So 1% risk on Gbp USD, 1% risk on Euro GBP. That's 2%. 1% risk on Euro USD, 3. Gbp Jpy 4, a US oil 5, and a Euro NZD 6. So 1% on different various trades, but then we returned over 26%, reached over 26%, but took out 20% profit from the market in one day. But the beautiful thing about this, guys, is it's not just about the trades alone, about the profit. It's about the type of trades that we're taking, as in there's a little stress, very little drawdown, straight into profit. And all of these trades, the intraday trades, you don't take manually. The levels are given. You take a trade once the level is hit and is triggered. So it's sell orders, buy orders. So when price is trading down here, you're given a level here, so price comes up, enters automatically, and you go into profit. So that's it for today, guys. As I said, hope you like the hot picks. Drop us a comment if you like the update of the hot picks. Drop us a comment if you like the update of the intraday trade. And yeah, just let us know some feedback. The more we know what you guys like, the more we can give you guys. So we welcome any feedback from you. Hope you have a great week, trading week. Excited to get going. The market literally has just opened. So have a great week, guys, and I'll speak to you soon. Thank you.